Hey guys, this is Ruben from GetVoip.com, and on today's Provider Spotlight series, we're featuring AnyMeeting.com, which is an all-around conferencing solution. And joining us here today is David Gerken, the Chief Operations Officer from AnyMeeting. How are you, David?
Great. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for making some time to tell us a little bit more about AnyMeeting. Let's just jump right into some of the questions we had here for you. What's something consumers may not know about AnyMeeting?
People probably think of us as a web conferencing tool. Interestingly, our two largest use cases are webinars and phone conferencing. So we're really an all-in-one conferencing tool, and I don't think a lot of people recognize that about us.
Can you describe AnyMeeting in one sentence?
Sure. AnyMeeting is web conferencing for small business. So we are a simple, affordable, yet full-featured alternative to companies like WebEx and GoToMeeting.
Okay. Now, different conferencing providers offer different things. Where exactly do you fit into the market, and what kind of separates you from the competitors?
So our focus is squarely on the small business, and what that means is it's around three core things, as I mentioned. It's around the simplicity, the affordability, and the range of features that the tool offers. In terms of simplicity, that's about the clean, simple UI. It's also about a web-based model for attendees, so they just click a link and they're into the meeting, simple for hosts and attendees. In terms of affordability, we're about half the cost of companies like WebEx and GoToMeeting. And in terms of feature sets, we're really positioned to serve all of the different conferencing needs of a small business, from a small web or video phone conference all the way up to a large webinar.
Who is AnyMeeting's ideal customer? I remember you mentioned it in one of the previous replies. You said it was the small business market. Do you have any sort of offerings for the mid-sized market or the enterprise as well?
We do go into the mid-market. Our message of simplicity and affordability is catered to the small business, but it's one that resonates up with medium businesses as well. So we serve customers anywhere from a few employees to a few hundred employees and up. We do actually have a plan we call a company plan, which enables companies to provision and manage multiple accounts for larger organizations. So we serve a fair number of companies from 200 to 500 employees as well.
Now, how would you explain your pricing model?
We offer a completely free service for small businesses to get started with the tool. It's a limited function, enables up to 4 attendees, doesn't have all of our pro features, but it does allow you to do a lot of the basics like screen sharing and video conferencing and web conferencing. And then we have pro services, pro plans that really provide the full range of features, including things like recording and at much higher attendance levels and custom branding and in-meeting file sharing, the full-fledged product. So a freemium model that gets you started, gets you exposure for kind of basic web and video conferences, and then a full-featured pro plan or pro plans to really get the full range of meeting needs covered.
Excellent. So a little bit something for any size company.
Correct.
Excellent. Now, how would you explain your customer experience model?
It's really about simplicity, but again, serving all of those different types of use cases a small business might have. So it's a really clean, simple UI, not a lot of bells and whistles, not a lot of clutter, very easy for meeting hosts to use, as well as for meeting attendees to get in and get comfortable with very quickly, which is particularly important if you're, say, in a sales role and you're interacting with people who've never used this tool. The last thing you want is any kind of complication or confusion on the part of people joining that meeting. So we try to keep it very simple for everyone.
Now, what would you say is your number one piece of advice for businesses shopping for a conferencing solution?
Well, we would say for small businesses where you're probably limited in terms of budget and your IT resources, you probably have a lot of different use cases that your team is going to need. Some may be doing marketing webinars, others may be doing sales calls, others may be doing collaboration with internal team or vendors. we encourage businesses, smaller businesses, to look for a tool that can serve all of those different use cases, and one that's very simple, because again, you don't have the IT resources you can go to, or you don't have the time to invest in a lot of training in this. You want something that's really going to work right out of the box for everyone.
Can you tell us about AnyMeeting's recently announced feature?
Really kind of carrying this message of simplicity, we just very recently launched the simplest way ever to launch a conference call. All you need to do to launch a conference call is write an email to the people you want to invite. You CC talk@anymeeting.com and you hit send. We immediately follow up with an email to you and all of your invitees with the conference call details. You can do the same within a calendar invitation. So whatever calendar tool you might be using, Outlook, Google Calendar, just create your calendar invitation as normal. Invite talk@anymeeting.com, and we likewise will send conference details to everyone, and then 15 minutes before that scheduled meeting, we'll send a reminder. So it's the simplest way ever to launch a conference call. You don't even need an account with AnyMeeting. It's completely free. All you need to know is talk@anymeeting.com and add it to any email or calendar invitation.
Just a follow-up question on that. Are there any limits in terms of participants to the meeting?
Actually, it's a very full-featured conference service, so you can have as many as 200 people in that conference call. Again, it's completely free, no strings attached.
Is there anything else you'd like to add as a must-know for consumers that are shopping around for a web conferencing solution and are considering AnyMeeting?
Yeah, we encourage you to just kind of jump into that free trial, share with people on your team, and get the feedback from the people who are really going to be using it day to day.
Thank you very much, David. And there we have it, pretty much AnyMeeting.com, provider spotlight in a nutshell. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to reach out to David, Gerken from AnyMeeting.com or myself, and we'll be happy to answer any more questions you might have. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you next time.